Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here, and today I want to talk some more about Invincible and how well it writes its hero. But before that, please watch this clip for me.
Assigned to you by your true people. You will complete it.
Mark, listen to me. Say you'll do it. Say fine. I'll take over the planet. You can't beat her, kid. Say it and get her to leave, and we'll get ready for these together.
This is your last chance to show me you can learn.
Just say the goddamn words, Mark.
Do it. Either you need me, or you don't. Make up your mind.
When Season 2 first came out, I really liked this scene, though I couldn't put into words as to why. But now, with Season 4 out, I can. For those who may not remember, this show is called However, it is not called that because its hero is invincible. I mean, every season has to have a couple of episodes where he's more liquid than solid, and the hospital basically has a special bed reserved for him. No, he's called invincible because of his strong will. Mark always gets back up, no matter what, and he will always do his damnness to do the right thing and retain his idea of what good and bad are. He's a traditional comic book / Saturday morning cartoon hero that was dropped into a world that doesn't care for ideals and is just as miserable to live in as the Attack on Titan universe. But that is why I love this scene with Anissa so much. Mark knows that if he doesn't comply, there is a high chance that he will die. Millions will be killed and Earth will be subjugated. If he did what Cecil told him to, that is, to lie to Anissa, he could prevent all of that from happening and buy time for Earth to think of a countermeasure against the Viltrumites. And again, it's not like he would have been backing off from his ideals. Cecil knows that lying is just simply the best way out of this. But Mark refuses. He doesn't want to be seen as a coward, nor does he want to show that his values and ideals are fallible. He wants to prove to the Viltrumites and Cecil that he is not weak and that he will not back down. He was willing to die if it meant not having to live in a world where he can't do anything to save it. This scene captures who Mark truly is. Jump to Season 4 and we see a whole new character. Firstly, he gets his lick back on Anissa, which is hella cathartic.
Let's see you fight without your Valdyrian skin.
But putting that aside, Season 4 does something truly remarkable with Mark. Mark, the golden-hearted and mostly selfless hero we know who never once thought of turning his back on Earth, is forced to make the ultimate decision and is put through a familiar situation we've seen before, but only after he's been through the ringer time and time again. During the Battle of Viltrum, Mark, Nolan and Thaddeus destroyed the planet Viltrum itself with the help of Space Racer's laser. This event must have reminded Mark of how much power the Viltrumites truly wield. This was something the three of them were able to do. Imagine what 40 can accomplish. This idea takes root in his head and grows radically as the 40 remaining Viltrumites head to Earth and have a head start ahead of Mark. This makes Mark realize that destroying Viltrum may have been a mistake. It wasn't a victory, they just demoralized the Viltrumites for a bit and gave them nothing to lose. Mark made his enemies more dangerous than before, and he led them right to his doorstep. What's stopping them from paying him back in kind? This question gets answered near the end of the episode when Mark runs into Thragg once again. Thragg confirms Invincible's fears. They are on Earth, and they can destroy it if they so wish to. However, instead of going for immediate bloodshed, Thragg makes Mark a deal. Let the Viltrumites live on Earth and breed in peace, and in return, they won't interfere with any human affairs. Mark, being the hero we expect him to be, wants to decline this offer. Every fiber in his being is screaming at him to tell Thragg to stuff it and just fight him with all his might. But he refuses. He stops before he gives his final answer. Mark imagines what would happen if he refuses. He pictures all his loved ones suffering and dying, all because of him. Mark, after much internal conflict, caves in and accepts Thragg's terms. The beauty behind this scene is that this is not the first time Mark has been given a choice by his enemies. In Season 1, Nolan offered him to join the Viltrum Empire, but Mark refused because his worldview was so small. In Season 2, Anissa offered him a position, but again, Mark refused because he still believed that there was a chance he could fight back and that the threat was so far away. In Season 4, Mark has now been through a lot. He survived events most heroes wouldn't, been injured to the brink of death, and he's had to learn to kill to remain ahead of his enemies. Now, the Viltrumites, whose powers he had just experienced the full force of only weeks prior, are here. Mark has lost so much. He's lost his normal life, friends, and almost his family. He's not ready to lose more. And it's this weight that's being put on the last pieces of his humanity left that finally makes him crack. If this scene came in Season 1 or 2, it would not hit as hard. Mark makes a deal with his own devil to protect his loved ones. He shows his true colors when he makes that choice, because yeah, Thragg is right. Mark actually had no choice. The Viltrumites still won in a sense, but he had to choose how they would win. Sure, in an ideal setting, Mark could have refused the deal and tried to get the coalition of planets to help Earth, but what would they have even saved? By the time they would get there, Earth would be a wasteland rock with nothing. Yeah, the Viltrumite bloodline would have ended and the rest of the galaxy would have been saved, but it would be a Pyrrhic victory. Mark, at this point in time, had so little to lose, but that little was more valuable than the rest of the universe. And just to clarify, this is not me dunking on Mark or anything. He genuinely had no other option. I'm on his side. But it was really interesting to see his character break, and after all he's been through, this is what finally brings him down. He's lost so much that he doesn't want to lose anymore. And that's why this one snippet of Eve in the Wind is so important. Mark, the wide-eyed, golden-hearted hero, who wanted nothing more than to be like his dad, the hero who was willing to put himself everything on the line for his world and ideals in Season 1, finally breaks. That hero is dead, and in its place is someone who has finally succumbed to Cecil's worldview.
And Invincible. We can be the good guys, or we can be the guys that save the world. We can't be both.
This is the main reason why I love the Season 4 finale. This moment showed that Mark truly isn't invincible in both body and spirit. And despite my love of Paragon heroes, Superman my bae, this makes Mark's character so much more interesting to me. And according to the fan base, his suffering has only just begun. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what other challenges he has to overcome or fail to live up to in the future. Anyway guys, that was my read into how Mark found his limit and why I think the Season 4 finale is so brilliant. Tell me, what did you think of Mark's character arc and how he got here? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below. With that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to be part of the team, and big shout out to Sarcastic Chorus for some of the clips in this video. Links to his channel will be down below in the description, and with that, I will see you in another universe. Goodbye, Marine.